And Sir Big Spur starts getting those claws sharpened. Williams-Brice Stadium comes alive in support of their South Carolina Gamecocks. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Longhorns will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Coming out with it, it's Stanton. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense takes the field. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
And they can't make the connection. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a third down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. He's got it near midfield. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Longhorns offense will go to work for the first time today. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
The quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. The running back on a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
But one of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers, because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing you deep.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to...
He's loose. He's inside the 40. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
With the catch, it's Wells. Touchdown, Gamecocks. A great catch and run for 6. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out, because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. That drive, a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Bringing it back, it's Stanton. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Give to the back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. The Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. Got room on the return. And after the interception, able to get it in plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Running back searching for a hole. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Number 3.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. A little screen to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the ball will come to rest just inside the 40-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Forced out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. Movement here from the tight end. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And the Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. Entertaining 1st quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside give. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
I'll tell you, when I hear Texas football, I think about Bevo and I think about great running backs, man. Earl Campbell, Ricky Williams, Jamal Charles, Bijan Robinson. This dude seems like
afterburners coming. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They move the tight end all over. He'll set up to throw. He's got it. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Man, that hurts because 2nd down, you got everything in front of you, the whole playbook open. Now you get a lost yardage play. Now it's 3rd down. Now it puts those feet to the fire a little bit more. Now you better come up with something you really love in this area of the field.
Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Texas.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the ball.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting it.
Touchdown, Longhorns! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The Gamecocks will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Makes the catch around the 50. Touchdown, Texas! The special teams proving worthy of their name. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make them miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game, but I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Here comes the Texas offense. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Oh, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too, before this defense gets to going at halftime.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Couldn't make the play on first down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's going to take off. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Stanton. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Stanton. Touchdown, South Carolina! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Running back goes in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He'll pull it down and run. At the 40, there he goes. They finally make the stop, but he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. He's going to pass. Coming after him. He's got an open man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. This guy is just wearing them out. Another first down, already has a couple of touchdowns in the first half, David.
He has been a problem for this defense. And if I'm this offense, I'm going to continue to feature him. He's winning his matchups. I'm going to find him. It's just the first half, and he's already had himself a full game's worth of stats.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Gamecocks will line up to kick off and start the second half.
Number 13, set to kick this one away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Got room at the 35. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Getting some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They'll try the run. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Fast motion from the offense. Looking to throw on third. Trying to make magic with his feet. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
Looking to go up top on first down. He finds his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On second down, wants to throw it. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Wide open downfield. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Relying on that running game as they threaten a pickup of 4 down to the 13. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. The sure hands, it's Cherry. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He makes a grab. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Touchdown, Texas! And the route is on.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
South Carolina, 14.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Stanton. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Not in lockstep there with the receiver. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. He'll get rid of it. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Gamecocks decide to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the handoff. Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Holding, offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. They'll leave it with him. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Smashes through the tackle. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping him.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? They'll put the tight end in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lane, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Oh, what a move to get open. All kinds of room to the right. Past the 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air on first down. He's got his man. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the third. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. With a first down, they'll snap him from the 32. He wants to throw. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. After the misfire, now on second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On second down, he'll fire. He tries to take the top off. And it's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. Motion from the offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll give it to the back. Makes a man miss. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. That's reeled in. It's Cherry. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the beatdown has ensued. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the game. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score. David, see if they can do it again.
Yeah, I find it hard-pressed. They're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Wide out in motion. On second down, he's looking downfield. That is just a sideline clinic. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. He's looking to throw it. Steps away to find some room. Turns it on in midfield. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time, you get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And the Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to get to it. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
Man, this poor quarterback, he's got no time. You got to protect your quarterback. You got to find different ways to do it. Sometimes it's not working with 4 wide receivers. Maybe you bring in a couple tight ends, go max protection, more guys blocking, less guys in routes, but you got to find something to have success.
A 1st down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to buy time. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. A shot toward the end zone. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They want that clock to run. That hole closed quickly. He'll get 1 out to the 6. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. And the Longhorns will line up to punt it away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to...
And they got him for the sack. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Of this, man, run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense is put together. Balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. They'll give it to him again. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
We're at the midway